Hello and welcome, my Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this new moon in Scorpio to full moon next in Gemini. I'm your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, fellow earth sign Virgo that I am, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hi, how are y'all doing? Oh God, I'm doing this on Friday the 13th, dark moon in Scorpio. Good goddess help us. But we're leading up to the new moon in Scorpio 3 days before the new moon is called dark moon. It's really a dark part of the year, dark part of the sun, right? Making our way towards winter solstice, Yule, and all of that. So what a perfect time for What Do I Need read for this new moon to full moon next November 2020. Now we're doing something simple. I've been doing these for about a year. What Do I Need reads. This is a 6-card draw, 6 different card systems, 2 tarot, 2 oracle, 2 healing systems to get you clues, tips, and hints about what you need to wax, in this case, from the new to full moon, to build, right? To build up, to stabilize, to grow, to evolve, right? From new moon to full moon. Next, we're looking at the new moon on Sunday, November 15th, 12:07 a.m. Eastern, right? So that's after midnight here in the East. We're doing something at 9 p.m. on the Saturday here on the channel. If you catch this in time, you're more than welcome to join us. It'll be on the dark moon side of it, but there's purpose to that too. To the full moon in Gemini, last day of November, November 30th. It is an eclipse at 4:30 a.m. So I believe we're doing something later that Monday night, right, to catch the windy day. We'll figure it out. It's scheduled. It's in the calendar. Numbers. Anyway. So that being said, please keep in mind this is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel what happens in your body and in your energy as I read, right? That's why the more you are here and now focusing on the breath, you can really feel what resonates, in the sense of not what your mind agrees or disagrees with, or what your will wants or doesn't want. Like, what are you actually feeling? So I think earth and water aspects in a chart really do speak of different types of intuition in that sense. Anyway, let's do this. All the decks that I read are in the description box below. I think that's enough exposition for one reading. Let's do this. Breathe. So we're going to start with the Healing Angel Oracle by Doreen Virtue. And yes, my angels of Earth, my angels of Capricorn, my Urielites, my Arielites, my Aureolites, my angels of Earth, please. We need one card in clarity for the Capricorn collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. This new moon in Scorpio to a full moon next in Gemini, November 2020. What is the angel they need to call upon? By title rather than by name, of all the healing angels, what is the one they most need to interact with, invoke, work with, call to this new moon to full moon next? Serenity now. Serenity now. Now, of course, I cannot separate that from the Serenity Prayer, the 12-step stuff. Not that I was ever specifically in the program, but I'm an eclectic. I will draw wisdom and practice from wherever I am so guided as a mystic, right? So the feeling of this is that, of course, there are things you cannot control. That's every day. I mean, every day is a winding road. Right, we can't control the road, but we can control the speed at which we go, right? The courage to change the things I can, how we want to feel about it, well, or how we do feel about it and what we want to do about that we can do something about. It's like the outside, here's my version. Oh God, goddess, all that is, grant me the serenity to accept the crazy shit I cannot change outside myself, right? It's so colloquial, but it's so powerful. It's so true, authentic, right? And grant me the courage, right? That word courage, French, the cœur, the heart, right? To go inside myself and change the things I can, my perspectives, like through forgiveness, through compassion, at least for myself. It's okay to feel this way. It's okay to feel this way. It's a natural reaction, right? To be afraid or whatever that is. And the wisdom to know the difference, which comes through experiencing it. So what would the angel of serenity do? Would help you find that, would help you find different ways of looking at it, showing you what you can control and what you can't, right? Because we all have free will, but that doesn't mean we determine the curriculum. Yeah, of course, the miracles just flew out my mouth. Let's see what's going on inside of you while my left contact lens wants a career of its own. It came back into the fold. How lovely. Daughters of the Moon Tarot, what do you need to be aware of inside of yourself? Inside of yourself. Now, my prayer for these are to the goddesses, but that's like half the universal energy. It's just, you know, archetypal lenses communicating with the divine feminine, right? And Capricorn is a feminine side. The earth and water are feminine. The fire and air are masculine. So let's see what you need to be aware of inside of yourself, because with Serenity, that points to maybe something that you can change. Breathe. For archetypal lenses, you all have a very, very great sense of humor. Please, my goddesses, one card in clarity for the Capricorn collective sun. I think Venus signs this new moon in Scorpio to full moon next in Gemini, November 2020. The angel of Serenity is offering its assistance, my goddesses, particularly in terms of what they can change within themselves. What is it they need to be aware of this new moon? To full moon next. Well, there we go. You got the card of the Judgment card, but in this deck it's called Celebration. Something is revealed, right? So that a clear decision, ending can be made, which would then take place in the next card, which would be the world or the universe in this deck. Shakti, the life dancer. So there is something being revealed to you on the inside, right? This is internal. This is the world behind your eyes. So what can you do to attain serenity? See things differently, or see at least a larger picture. What I love about this is it looks like women dancing on a mountainside, like circle dance. Yep, woman gathering. Woo. Not that I've been to one in this life. But you know, then look there. If you look at it as the mother's body, right? The great mother, oh, touching her nip, right? You see that, right? It's like, like that's the Judgment card. That realization, that brain hemisphere synchronization, the aha moment, or at least that's what that feels like here. Let's see what's going on the outside. That was Daughters of the Moon for the yin. This is the Mythic Tarot for the yang. What do the gods have to say? Again, same principle, whether you are monotheistic or pantheistic or polytheistic. I guess I'm a non-dualist. It's all just different colors of the same one light. Blah, blah, blah. Breathe. Yeah, as I slide into archetypal theology, please, my gods of earth, yeah, really Cronus, gods of earth, gods of Capricorn, please, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign who is watching this reading for this new moon in Scorpio to full moon next in Gemini, November 2020. The angel of serenity needs to be called. They need to be aware of this celebration, some completion, some rite of passage, some aha moment inside of them. So please, my gods, what do they need to be aware of outside of themselves in the yang? Wow. This new moon to full moon next, the Empress. Right? So in the outside, I mean, this is about as feminine earth principle as you get, right? I mean, yes, associated with Libra and Taurus, both ruled by Venus, but I would say that this, if you really consider yourself a divine feminine, this might be you. Almost like saying your own masculine energy, that there is something pregnant within inside of you and you are carrying and ready to labor, that everything you need is inside of you. Everything you need is inside of you, right? The Empress, that mother principle, maiden, mother, crone, right? And there is something physical, tangible about this. Like if there is a literal pregnancy here, that wouldn't surprise me. But that what you need to be aware of is your own power in this situation. Remember, the Empress is magnetic. The Emperor is electric, hence electromagnetic, right? It's like why so often she's seen reclining. It comes to her. She doesn't necessarily go out and conquer that. That's the Emperor's job, right? That's why it's considered more Aries, this more Taurus. But still, feminine earth. Now, what's just interesting about this, the goddess that sits in the throne of Capricorn for me is Persephone, her mother, Demeter here in the Mythic Tarot. So, of course, it's going to hold that bit of mothering energy. So if you remember, and also that the Empress card is the amalgamation of all the queens in the Tarot, right? Swords, Wands, Cups, Pentacles. So there's something really divine about this. There's something about your divinity, particularly 2 major arcana cards. I mean, when you're playing 1 card each from 2 different decks and you get 2 major arcana cards, something to pay attention to, particularly those 2. Now, if this revelation hasn't come to you yet, remember, that's a waxing thing, right? New moon to full moon next. So there might be a need in the external, like what to be aware of. Rest, mama, you're gestating, regardless of your gender. Interesting. Let's keep going. We're going to use the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, the 4 suits of problem. Well, problem's over on the shelf. I don't use those for waxings. I use those for weighing reads. But we've got the suit of luck, the suit of healing, and the suit of grace. Let's see what you need to be aware of from the voices of the Ascended Masters. Breathe. My Ascended Masters, please, can I have 1 card in clarity for this Capricorn collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for this new moon in Scorpio to full moon next in Gemini, November 2020, because I'm getting a very interesting vibe here. Well, they're all interesting, they're readings, but you know, the angel of serenity kind of saying, look, it's all fine, but you got to deal with what you can deal with, right? And the divine feminine, the goddesses, are saying celebration. Oh, this may be under the surface so deep they may not realize it, but really they have all the answers. Almost like they've been gathering all the pieces of the puzzle, but they don't realize they have them all yet, and it's all being rearranged almost like in the subconscious or in the emotional mental field somehow. Crown chakra, third eye, right? Throat and heart going back and forth, back and forth. And that would certainly be that process of creative alchemy, right? That we see here, like a form of pregnancy, getting ready to come down into the lower 3 chakras and manifest into form, particularly because it's the Empress, right? But again, I'm feeling that magnetic force. It's don't want to say passive versus active, because I don't mean that. Really, instead of lightning, it's magnet. Right? So please, my Ascended Masters, what is the piece of luck they need to see? That might be right in front of them, right? That they need to be aware of that they're not aware of. Or the piece of healing that is right there that they need to kind of open up to embrace and implement. Or the piece of grace that permeates this entire situation we're looking at here that they need to allow in. And we're looking at the grace of happiness. Guys, Cappies, my goats, my Saturn ruled. I'm so happy for y'all. But that means that this is about your happiness on some level and the grace of happiness. Now, grace is a near endless subject in itself to explore. I wrote a book about it. It's coming out in a Kindle in a month or 2, maybe 3. We'll see. Everything slow and steady wins the race right now, Capricorn. At least you're leading the way on that. That's what Capricorns are good at. Slow and steady wins the race. We'll get up that mountain sooner or later, but might be later, but we'll get there, right? This is about you really being happy on a soul level, because the grace of happiness is very much like I'm happy no matter what else is going on around me, right? As a result of some perhaps a spiritual awakening or realization inside of you that's been gestating for a while. I like this for you. Like if you're doing your spiritual path in terms of, you know, well, one would think Sagittarius, maybe not a rigid, but a structured spiritual practice every day. Yoga, Tai Chi, breath work, prayer, meditation, what have you, anything, really, jungle crystals, you know, whatever's working for you, then that is something that's going to be very much something that you can change, right? That might make that shift inside of you. 2 more cards down, right? We had the Healing with the Angels Oracle as our first oracle. This is the Whispers of Love Oracle. We've got our 2 tarot on the table. We've got that Grace card, the healing system, Matt Kahn's healing mantra deck will be the last. So we're almost there. Take a nice deep breath. Yeah, the higher selves of all involved. Please, 1 card in clarity for this Capricorn collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for this new moon in Scorpio. This feels great. New moon next in Gemini, November 2020. Again, the angels are saying, call to the angel of serenity. The goddesses be aware, saying, be aware. There's maybe cause to celebrate here, particularly with that happiness card there. And in the outside, to be aware that you might very well be an empress. Like you might very well be either encountering, I don't feel that, but kind of like more that's how you're coming off, right? In terms of your external yang masculine energy, but as the divine feminine, right? Regardless of gender. So the Ascended Masters, you know, higher selves here saying happiness, please, what is the piece of information, inspiration, or insight that they need this new moon to full moon next. Back to what you love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. Excellent. So there are things you can't change and you change. You can get back to what you love, right? Okay, there's all this stuff going on. I can't do anything about it. I'm going to get back to what I love. I'm having the opportunity to reevaluate what I want. Isn't that just 2020 in a nutshell? Hello, right? But that which gives you happiness. Follow your bliss. Just Joseph Campbell yourself for a couple of days. You'll see what I mean. Not that much of an obscure reference in the tarot community, but you never know. Last card down from the Ascended Masters. The Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. The Ascended Masters who put this card of the Grace of Clarity on the table. Well, put it in my hand to put it on the table. Let's see what they have to say. What is your perfect healing mantra with all of this? Breathe. Yes, indeed. My Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun. What is their perfect healing mantra for this new moon in Scorpio to full moon next in Gemini, November 2020? Considering the Angel of Serenity is offering its help, but they need to call and accept it. The Capricorns, the goddesses are talking about celebration inside of them. I mean, that's the Judgment card. You know, even if people want to say, oh, that's a reconciliation, it could be reconciling something inside yourself. I saw another card drop. Where did you go? Where did I catch you? Oh, well, we will find out in post-production, won't we? I don't feel like I missed them. Unless it really jumped far. Well, the Ascended Masters might be like, not that card. Breathe. So my Ascended Masters, please, with that card of Serenity, the card of Celebration, the card of the Empress, right? You're giving us the grace of happiness here for them. The higher selves are saying, get back to what you love. What is their perfect healing mantra then, my beloved Ascended Masters, the Capricorns, for this new moon to full moon next? Rewiring your nervous system. I find strength in surviving my traumas. And I feel like, well, this is both waxing and waning. Hold on. hold on. So, yeah, there's been something traumatic. I mean, why else would you need the Serenity card? I need to find serenity. There's too much joy and everything's going my way. Said no one ever, right? So I find strength in surviving my traumas is very much a waxing moon thing, right? I find strength. I gain strength. Now, I feel like that strength is going to be, is in there. It's in there. You just might not have recognized it yet, and you got a lot of it. I mean, so much. The Empress speaks so much of abundance, right? And this might have its physical aspects to it, you know, financial, right? Something more tactile, physical here. But with that happiness there, that there is an alchemy of, you know, it's just that word trauma. Technically, medically, a trauma is a wound that can't be healed, like a traumatic brain injury. I hate to use as an example, but that's what comes to mind. So by surviving them, right? Like I can't not think of Christopher Reeve as Superman. And then the polo accident paralyzed him in the wheelchair, stem cell research. That's when he became Superman. I mean, I loved it. He was my first Superman. So beautiful. He was a kid. Gay boy, right? Then Death Trap. Oh, he kissed Michael Caine. Oops, spoiler. It's a long time ago. Right? Like, to me, that's when he became, like, he survived his trauma. It's not like it went away, but he survived it and garnered really the Man of Steel. I mean, the Superman thing, I mean, it's such an archetypal play out, right? He really was Clark Kent into Superman at that phase, right? So I'll read you from the bookie book here, but just keep in mind that there's such an opportunity here for you to get back to what you love and really be happy. So let's look at this one, rewiring the nervous system. I find strength in surviving my traumas. When the nervous system is rewired, which is an interesting image considering the nervous system is like wires, you are no longer trapped in the memories of your body. Cellular memories, ancestral patterns, all that stuff. You are the courageous hero or heroine. I prefer hero. To me, it's gender neutral. You are the courageous hero or heroine of your present reality. honoring every moment of hardship as the means through which your infinite strength and greatest depth of character is revealed. I mean, if you really get that, you just honor this hardship. Oh my God, it's so Capricorn. It's not killing me, it's making me stronger, right? It's making me who I was born to become in this life. We're looking at destiny level here. As you rewire your nervous system, you're no longer responding to life from the vantage point of your painful past, but instead are open to each encounter being more miraculous than the moment before. Very much the Serenity prayer. This mantra is ideal for adjusting to life after loss. It's 2020, honey. We are in the dark moon of the year, so to speak, the dark sun of the year, right? Until we hit winter solstice. I'm doing this in dark moon on Friday the 13th. God help me, in Scorpio, no less, right? Healing heartbreak and becoming more optimistic. And I do feel like that is sort of the point. Like there's a grace of happiness. You might not need an objective thing here to identify with in order to feel happy, right? Object-dependent happiness. This is subjective happiness. This is really inside of yourself, some breakthrough here, which will help you rewire your nervous system, but is also the result of rewiring a nervous system, finding great strength in surviving your traumas. So here's the blessing. Breathe. May the Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need this new moon in Scorpio to full moon next in Gemini, November 2020, that they may embrace and be aware of the divine feminine power that they are regardless of gender, while they have this revelation, this completion, this celebration within them, really getting that what's inside of them they have control over and what's outside of them not so much, because the grace of happiness is theirs to embrace, to feel, to transcend whatever's going on the outside, because that grace is flowing through them as a divine substance, so they can get back to what they love by rewiring their nervous system, embracing and working the mantra, I find strength in surviving my traumas, because that's just how it works for all of us. May they be blessed with all of this, that they may heal, grow, become the best that they can be, and fulfill their roles in the divine plan for their well-being and for the well-being of all of us. So motivate. And so it is. Lovely reading. Lovely, lovely reading, my Capricorns. Please do consider, if you're new to my channel, liking, subscribing, hitting that note. Like if you like the reading, if it clicked, just hit the thumbs up. No one will know, right? Unless you want them to, right? If you like me and the way I work, subscribe. I'm shooting for 30,000 subscribers so I can have that membership button thing. I'm really excited to get there, and it's going to take a while. Slow and steady wins the race, Capricorns. You understand that. So please do like, subscribe, share, do all the YouTube-y stuff, and help an earth sign brother out in his career journey for the well-being of all. Otherwise, wishing you all the very best and the very blessed of this new moon to full moon next November 2020. My Capricorns, hail. Farewell and blessed, blessed be.